Good evening. Welcome to the Complete 540 Virtual Neighborhood Meeting. My name is Catherine Lorbacher, and I am the Complete 540 Community Contact for the North Carolina Turnpike Authority. While we wish we could be with you in person, thank you for joining us virtually. On your screen, you should see a snapshot of tonight's agenda. I'll introduce our speakers and key project contacts. We will receive a short overview of the project, go over construction activities in your area, and then answer any questions. I'll introduce myself again. My name is Catherine Lorbacher, and I'm the Complete 540 Community Contact. I will be your host this evening. Next, I would like to introduce Dennis Jernigan, Director of Highway Operations with the North Carolina Turnpike Authority. Dennis is in charge of construction for the Complete 540 Project and spent 25 years with NCDOT before joining the Turnpike Authority almost 4 years ago. Finally, I would like to introduce Jason Moroz with Flatiron Branch Construction. Jason will discuss Complete 540 construction progression in your area. In addition to our speakers this evening, we also have a panel of the project team from NCDOT, the Turnpike Authority, and Flatiron Branch Joint Venture joining us to help answer questions. Specifically, Jennifer Harris, Roy Bruce, and Jeff Schlatter will be assisting and moderating the Q&A portion of this presentation. Now that you've had a chance to meet part of the project team, let's begin with an overview of the Complete 540 project. Dennis, please take it away.
Good evening, and welcome to our Complete 540 virtual meeting tonight. We are thankful for the technology that exists that allows us to join you in this particular forum, and we're grateful to you for sharing part of your evening with us tonight. We hope that the information we share and the answers to your questions will be of use to you, and we're happy to be bringing that to you tonight. So with that, let's get started. Before we get into information specific to the project, I want to just briefly share a few things with you about the North Carolina Turnpike Authority. The Turnpike Authority is about more than just operating and maintaining toll facilities. In addition to the aesthetics and the other amenities that you might see specific to the toll facilities, the Turnpike Authority is also constantly looking for ways to improve safety and the driver experience, not only on our facilities, but also in collaboration and cooperation with our partners at the North Carolina Department of Transportation as well. The Turnpike Authority's network of projects across the state is growing as we continue to serve North Carolina's rapidly growing population. On your screen, you will see projects that are noted in either green, white, or blue boxes. The green projects are open to traffic, while the white and blue are in various stages of development or construction. The Turnpike Authority currently operates and maintains two facilities, that is the Triangle Expressway and the Monroe Expressway, and we collect tolls on the I-77 Express Lanes project. There are two projects that are under construction. They're shown in blue, the I-485 Express Lanes east of Charlotte, and the Complete 540 project, which is an extension of the existing Triangle Expressway. The I-77 South Express Lanes and US 74 Express Lanes boxes that you see in conjunction with the I-485 Express Lanes are part of an express lane network in the Charlotte area. Express lanes use dynamic tolling, and what that means is the toll rates change based on the demand of traffic to guarantee a minimum speed in the express lanes. So essentially, the more people that get in the express lanes, the higher the toll gets, so that you can maintain a maximum volume of traffic in the express lane, and you can guarantee a travel time from one point to the other for those who choose to use the express lane. This slide is intended to show you the states with whom the Turnpike Authority has interoperability agreements. And what this means is if you have an NC Quick Pass, you can travel in any of these states shown in blue. And if you travel on a toll facility in those states, they will read our transponder and you will be billed through North Carolina Turnpike Authority. And if you have a transponder from one of those other blue states and you travel on a North Carolina Turnpike Authority toll facility, we also read their transponder and will bill back through that particular state. The North Carolina Turnpike Authority is one of the most interoperable toll payment programs in the United States, with agreements with 18 other states, and this offers motorists a better commute and an easier way to pay. There are 3 transponder protocols in the United States, and up until a few years ago, no toll facility in the United States had the technology to read all 3 protocols. But within the last few years, the North Carolina Turnpike Authority worked with the industry and developed a way to have all 3 protocols read by our equipment that are the equipment that is on our facilities. So we were the first in the nation to have tri-protocol capability. Over the next few slides, I will share with you some front-facing and behind-the-scenes ways that the Turnpike Authority provides service to its customers, as well as to share with you some ways that we are looking to improve safety and to stay on the cutting edge of innovation. The image that you see on the screen is part of the department's Statewide Traffic Operations Center, or STOC. This particular part of the STOC is the TMC, or the Traffic Management Center. The individuals that you see in red are part of a team of operators that work in 3 shifts to monitor traffic cameras all over the state 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, with the exception of leap years like 2020, in which case the cameras are monitored 366 days a year. The Turnpike Authority has exclusive operators for monitoring conditions on the Turnpike facilities, as well as having dedicated Highway Patrol and IMAP, or Motorist Assistance Patrol. This area is also home to the statewide emergency response team during hurricanes, snow and ice, and other weather events, and they gather just behind these operators in a situation room that allows them to also keep abreast of conditions on North Carolina's roadway facilities. Next, I will share a few things that the Turnpike Authority is doing to enhance motorist safety. The Turnpike Authority is constantly looking for ways to improve safety for motorists on its facilities, as well as to consistently collaborate with DOT and to share information that would improve safety for all motorists on any facility in North Carolina. What you see in this photo is an example of that. If you look to the left of the photo and the right of the photo, you see signs that you would see on most any ramp off a controlled access facility in North Carolina, but these particular signs have lights. And this is a system that detects and warns motorists who are traveling in the incorrect direction in an effort to try to prevent wrong-way driver incidents. There are 6 different technologies that have been or are being tested on the Triangle Expressway, as well as the Monroe Expressway. The next photo is a wrong-way driver pilot with pavement markings. It's a directional pavement marking, and motorists traveling in the correct direction see a standard marking. Those traveling in an incorrect direction see indicators such as you see here with the do not enter or the red arrow pointing in the opposite direction that the motorist would be traveling. The Turnpike Authority was the first agency in the United States to try this on one of its facilities. This particular one is on the Monroe Expressway, just east of Charlotte. And after a paving contract in 2020 and 2021, you will see this same product installed on the Triangle Expressway. And finally, I will go over just a few things that the Turnpike Authority is doing in regards to innovation. In January 2017, the United States Department of Transportation designated the Triangle Expressway as one of 10 autonomous vehicle proving ground sites across the country. As part of that effort, the Turnpike Authority collaborated with General Motors to demonstrate their Super Cruise technology, which at that time was installed on a Cadillac CT6. And the Turnpike Authority demonstrated that technology for a week on the Triangle Expressway. We also collaborated with Volvo and FedEx to demonstrate platooning technology for the first time in the United States, that a partnership between an owner agency, a major truck manufacturer, and a major shipping company demonstrated platooning technology in the United States. Now let's talk more about the project. The existing Triangle Expressway extends from I-40 on the west side of Raleigh down to NC-55 around Holly Springs. Phase 1 of the Complete 540 project construction will extend the Triangle Expressway from NC-55 over to I-40 in the vicinity of the Clayton Bypass. So for motorists who are traveling from points south and east of Raleigh to the west, or for motorists traveling from the west to points south and east, 540 will offer another travel alternative without having to go into downtown Raleigh and incurring those closely spaced interchanges as well as urban congestion. But Complete 540 is not just for people who are traveling from points east and west. There will also be 17 interchanges throughout the corridor that will allow access to and from Complete 540 or the extension of the Triangle Expressway to allow and assist motorists to better get to their travel destinations. Phase 1 of the Complete 540 project consists of 3 projects, and their identifiers are shown on the bottom of the screen: R2721A, R2721B, and R2828. R2721A extends the Triangle Expressway from NC-55 to just east of Pierce Olive Road. R2721B extends from east of Pierce Olive Road to just east of US 401, and R2828 extends from just east of US 401 near Fanny Brown Road to I-40 in the vicinity of the Clayton Bypass. The box on the right of your screen, bottom right, shows you the proposed interchange locations and where they will be located along the route. We're also including a pin drop here to identify where the neighborhood is, to give you an idea of where your community is in relation to the larger 540 project. The image that you see here is taken from the right-of-way tracking tool that is being used on the project. The right-of-way tracking tool is used to show the contractor which areas are available for work. Any parcel that is affected by right-of-way acquisition is included in the tool, and color codes are used to show the contractor at a quick glance which properties have been acquired. A green color indicates that we have legal access to the property. A blue color indicates that the property is still in negotiations. We used this section of the project because of the proximity to your neighborhood, part of Woodcreek being to the north of the proposed alignment and part of it being to the south of the proposed alignment. And just to give you an idea of where we are, that crossing that you see on the top left of the screen is the westernmost location where Sunset Lake Road crosses the proposed 540 alignment. And the crossing to the right middle of your screen is the eastern location where Sunset Lake Road crosses the proposed 540 alignment. One of the things that we are very diligent about is notifying residents adjacent to the 540 corridor in advance of work occurring. You may have seen evidence of this through Dear Neighbor postcards or communication from your property management company and or your homeowners association that originated from the Turnpike Authority and the department. There was some work that occurred adjacent to the Woodcreek neighborhood in advance of the 540 work beginning that was not associated with the 540 project, and we want to clarify that tonight. So as a reminder, the pink areas that you see on your screen are the locations of the Woodcreek subdivision, and the work that occurred was in the blue area. The work that occurred here was clearing by the owner of that property prior to their settlement with the department. This work occurred on that property, which is private at the time, and was conducted by the property owner. So it was not under the direction or the jurisdiction of the department or the Turnpike Authority. The image that you see on your screen now is a pictorial description of that work that occurred. Again, the Woodcreek subdivision is located on the top left of the photo and the middle top right of the photo, and as you can see here, a substantial amount of tree clearing had occurred. This photo was taken in advance of our contractor beginning his operations. One recent item of work associated with the Woodcreek community is the closure of River Falls Drive as shown on your screen. We had hoped to have this meeting in advance of that closure and began communications with community leaders early in the year, but we were not able to coordinate schedules to have the meeting in advance of the closure. We are happy tonight to answer any questions that you have about the closure, and additional information will be provided about the closure later in this presentation. A few reminders about River Falls Drive. The Woodcreek subdivision was designed with 540 in mind, which is why there were no residential acquisitions inside the proposed right-of-way. And River Falls Drive was always intended to be a temporary connection until the project was constructed.
Thank you, Dennis. Next, I would like to introduce Jason Moroz with Flatiron Branch Construction. He will be going over the complete 540 construction overview in your area.
Good evening. My name is Jason Moroz, and I work for the design build team responsible for constructing this section of Complete 540. I will cover the construction changes and improvements that you will see around your neighborhood. On this slide, you can see the approximate limits of the Woodcreek neighborhood highlighted in the center of the screen. You can also see the existing 540 connection at the upper left portion of the screen. Complete 540 will be constructed through the undeveloped space between the two highlighted sections of the Woodcreek neighborhood. 540 will be extended as shown from the existing termination point of 540 through Holly Springs Road, where a new diverging diamond interchange will be constructed. 540 will continue beyond what is shown here to the right of the screen towards US 401 and eventually connect over to I-40. The new 540 alignment crosses Sunset Lake Road twice. There will be a bridge constructed at both crossings to provide access over 540 at these locations. River Falls Drive will no longer be continuous as 540 construction will bisect this road. Changes will be shown on the next slide. This slide shows existing River Falls Drive and the changes that will be implemented during construction. A new turnaround will be placed just south of new 540 construction, and the existing cul-de-sac north of new 540 construction will be modified to remove the southern extension of River Falls Drive. In addition, a new pedestrian and bicycle underpass will be installed to provide neighborhood continuity and access beneath 540. This will tie into the existing path on each side of the pedestrian culvert. This slide is to focus on utility relocation and current construction. There is a portion of power line work that's already under construction around River Falls Drive. This is currently planned to complete this month. There should be no interruption of service associated with this work, but if there is, it will be brief. The primary utility relocation will occur along Sunset Lake Road. This work is scheduled to begin at the end of July when the River Falls Drive relocation completes. Duke Energy will perform their relocation first, and then the communication companies such as Charter and AT&T will begin their work. It is anticipated that the utility work along Sunset Lake Road will continue through around March 2021. There will also be water and sewer line work in the same areas as the power and communications work. We plan to perform this work concurrently with the Duke and other utility relocations. Let's talk about how we will perform the new construction work and what impacts can be expected as the work continues. Construction work in and around the Woodcreek neighborhood takes place in three primary areas as shown on the graphic: along Sunset Road at two locations and in the vicinity of River Falls Drive. In addition to these three areas, the 540 corridor, which is shown in green, is also a primary work area. We will continually utilize this space throughout the project for access. The land clearing has already begun and will continue for the next month or two. Earthwork, grading, and box culvert work is scheduled to begin in late August or September. Construction along the 540 corridor will be ongoing throughout the next 3 years, but will primarily be contained to the main line right-of-way. Before we begin construction at Sunset Lake Road for the new bridges and major roadway operations, we will construct 2 temporary roadways to maintain traffic. These will be paved roads that divert traffic around the construction zone while work is performed. The majority of these work operations are planned for daytime hours. Construction along Sunset Lake Road will begin after utility relocation progresses enough. So we are projecting right now that the start of this will be December of 2020 or early 2021. After the temporary roadways are implemented, we can begin the major construction operations for earthwork, drainage, new bridge, and roadway construction. The bridge construction should take about a year at each location, but we will be primarily constructing these concurrently. There will also be roadway paving and finishes that occur when the bridge construction completes. When Sunset Lake Road construction is complete, the new portions of roadway will have 2 through lanes in each direction, plus a shared center turn lane. This upgraded lane configuration has been coordinated with the local government and municipalities to align with their long-term plans for Sunset Lake Road. Once the work is complete, the temporary roadways will be removed. Some nighttime construction work will be required to complete the roadway tie-ins and perform miscellaneous roadway construction activities. This is phase 1 of the work in Woodcreek around the pedestrian and bicycle path at River Falls Drive. This is currently implemented and on site right now. The pedestrian detour is installed and River Falls Drive is now closed. The detour provides neighborhood continuity so access to amenities are available for all community members. We would like to emphasize the importance of keeping this detour in place at all times. Please do not move any barrels, cones, barricades, or other traffic devices. These are installed to protect our workers and the public. If they are moved, it could result in pedestrians being exposed to traffic and construction hazards. Although we might not be working in the area full-time, the detour needs to be in place 24/7 to help keep everyone safe and provide that neighborhood continuity. We will begin construction for the pedestrian culvert, drainage culvert, and earthwork grading operations around late August or early September when clearing and utility relocation works complete in this area. This is phase 2 of the work around the pedestrian and bicycle path and River Falls Drive. This will also be the final condition when construction is complete. In this phase, we will perform the following work: remove the pedestrian detour and allow use of the newly constructed pedestrian underpass, construct the permanent cul-de-sac and turnarounds on River Falls Drive, continue mainline 540 work throughout the duration of the project. As you can see in this image, clearing in the Woodcreek neighborhood has already begun. We anticipate clearing to complete within the next month or 2. You can also see some Duke utility bucket trucks around River Falls Drive progressing utility relocation work. In general, safety is the most important concern for our construction team as well as the Turnpike Authority. Please use caution in and around construction zones at all times, and since the work is so near your neighborhood, please keep children and pets away from any specifically delineated construction zones. When work begins around Sunset Lake Road, there will be changes to the traffic patterns by using the on-site temporary roads. These roads are not permanent and are not designed to move traffic at the regular speeds you see now. We encourage drivers to slow down when driving and traveling throughout the temporary roads while in construction zones. Please also pay attention to the installed traffic and construction signage that will be placed throughout the area as well. We continually communicate our schedule with NCDOT and the Turnpike Authority so that advance notice can be provided for start of construction and changes in traffic operations. With that, I will hand it back to Catherine to continue the conversation.
On your screen, you will see various contact options for ways to get in touch with the project team. Please feel free to reach out should you have any follow-up questions or concerns. For more information on the Complete 540 project, visit our website at ncdot.gov/complete540. If you would like to email us, you can reach us at complete540@ncdot.gov, or feel free to give us a call at 1-800-554-7849. On behalf of myself, the North Carolina Turnpike Authority, and the entire project team, thank you for your time this evening. Please stay safe and have a great evening.